Hey guys, it's Helen Hartsmith here again with
Cathy.
And we are here with episode 602.
Wow.
602.
Wow.
Already.
Okay.
Woohoo.
It's only February.
Yeah, we're doing good. Darned it.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to do another podcast. We like to podcast.
We do like to podcast.
We like to talk.
That we do.
Talking is a thing.
Talking is.
But before we get to the subject of this week's podcast, y'all know that we got business.
Right. And that business.
What's that? What's that business? Oh, wait. What is that? It's time for the correspondence of the week. Wow. We sound like 50s housewives when we do that, and I kind of dig it. Of the week. So, I love this correspondence that we picked.
Helen, why don't you tell us what correspondence we picked?
I'm so excited. So, this correspondence goes very well with the subject of this week's podcast. We are talking about lime today.
As in, put the lime in the coconut.
In the coconut and make a Rita.
Right.
That's
lime.
right. Lime.
And we chose this because the correspondences for lime are very helpful when it comes to ConVocation.
That's right.
And also very good in a Corona.
That's right. If you like Corona, which I don't, but I like lime.
I don't either, but I like lime. So
lime is good for cleansing and purification, along with a lot of your citrus fruits.
Right.
But I think lime has a really interesting little
zinginess.
Zang kind of thing.
It's also good for healing and love.
Oh.
And the ones that we really felt that would go for ConVocation are
peace and protection.
Well, hello, Kitty.
Hi, Freya.
Kitty.
Do you have something to add to the conversation about lime? Do you like lime, my sweet girl?
No, she's not talking.
She said no.
Okay.
All right.
Lime is not good. So that was our
correspondence of the week. So yes, we wanted to talk about ConVocation. I can't believe it's that time of year again already.
Oh man, it's 2 weeks away.
Oh my gosh.
It's 2 weeks away.
I'm freaking out.
From tomorrow.
I'm freaking out. Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So we wanted to, oftentimes we do, I think the last couple of years we've done, podcasts where we talk about things that we're looking forward to.
Right. And that's what this is.
Right. So what's
Freya, what are you looking forward to?
Are you looking forward to mommy being gone and you can sleep in my bed? All by yourself. Well, you don't sleep with me. You sleep with the other mommy. Don't you? Yeah.
That might change if you're not home.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
So we're going to talk about, is it the top 5?
Mm-hmm.
For each of us. So it'll end up being the top 10 things that we're looking forward to for ConVocation. And I think that we arranged it this time so that we didn't have any overlap, although that's not to say that I'm not looking forward to things Helen is looking forward or vice versa.
Exactly.
And we might talk about some other things in general when we get done with these 10.
Mm-hmm.
Just because ConVocation is just so exciting for us.
ConVocation.
It's ConVocation.
So what's your first one?
My first one is a game that I found recently thanks to an ad on Facebook. Sometimes Facebook ads are good.
Sometimes they're helpful.
Sometimes they're helpful.
What is the name of this game?
It is Salem 1692.
Ooh.
And in case you didn't know, that's when the witch trials happened in Salem.
Yes.
And it is so much fun.
You know, I'm not going to lie. When you first said I bought this game, I was like, oh God.
And it's really complicated to explain. Although if you Google Salem 1692, there is a 6-minute video on YouTube that explains the play a lot better than I ever could.
Right.
But
it ended up being incredibly fun.
It was so much fun.
Because we did a test run at a coven study recently, and there were 6 of us.
There were 6 of us. Yeah.
6 of us there.
So it's from 4 to 14, I think, is
players.
And you get these cards at the beginning, and so you get like 5 or 6 cards, and most of them say not a witch. And depending on the number of players you have 1, 2, or 3 witch cards. And there are some other cards that you can play, and you have character cards. Again, I would recommend that you Google the video because it's so informative.
Yeah.
But so if you start out the game as a witch, you can spread the witchcraft when night falls, because when night falls, you grab somebody else's cards.
Things happen. That's when things happen, is when night falls.
So the and during the night the witches kill somebody, which is just awesome.
It's so interesting.
It's awesome.
It's a really cool game.
Really is.
And I like the packaging.
Yeah. It looks like a book.
Yeah.
And this company actually has 3. It's and I can't remember what the other ones are now.
There was something
Tortuga,
about pirates.
Yeah, that was Tortuga.
Yep.
And then there was another one. But the object of the game is for the townspeople to reveal who all the witches are. Or
to find one.
No, you got to find them all.
No,
you got to find them all.
I thought it was just.
So if there's more than one, you have to find all. It's just the cards. It's not. So if you spread the witchcraft, then it doesn't count on the people who. But or for the witches to kill off the townspepeople.
Yeah.
So it ended up so much fun.
It ended up being really fun,
and you can accuse other people of witchcraft.
Right. I will find a link. I'll find a link
and I'll get it to you because it's super, super fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I would absolutely recommend it. I think it was about $25. I bought it on Amazon. It's just amazing. And I keep going, hey, because 2 of our coven mates came over last night, and I'm like, oh, if we could only talk Randy into playing, we could play this game. And one of them's like, no, you're obsessed. I'm like, I only played it once.
Yeah, it is quite a fun game, and I think it'll be fun. There's a lot of tables in the lobby area.
I was just going to say, we usually play Cards Against Humanity in the lobby, but now we have the other options. And I think one of our other coven sisters has another game she wants us to play too. Mm-hmm. So we usually sit out in the lobby and play, and this gives us an opportunity.
In the evening time, like after classes and such.
This gives us an opportunity to draw other people into our insanity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm super looking forward to that.
Yay. I'm looking forward to it. Forward to it too. But aside from that, I can't believe I have not talked about this on anything yet.
What?
And it hasn't happened. So I'm teaching again.
Yay!
At ConVocation this year. I'm pretty excited about it.
It is exciting.
It'll be, so we're working through the spheres of the Kabbalah, the Kabbalah, however you pronounce it.
Tree of life.
So this year, the sphere that we're working in is Geburah. And so I am doing my, the same type of class that I did last year, but we're looking at the spirit guides for Geburah instead of Chesed. So I'm looking forward to that.
And as a corollary to that.
Yes. I'm even more excited because another mystic of real lure is teaching at ConVocation this year.
And she's teaching her witchy wardrobe class, which we have experienced before.
And it's really fun. So it'll be interesting to see how she switches it up a little bit. So Joy, Cornflower Wolf, is actually teaching this year.
Yes.
So I'm excited for her. So I'm teaching on Friday morning. She's teaching on Thursday evening, right? So she's the first day.
Yeah.
She's straight out the gate.
Which I'm kind of concerned about that because they're doing classes later on Thursday this year, and I'm not sure how many people are going to show. But we're going to be there.
We will be there with bells on.
Even though we're going to have to miss Ellen Dugan's tarot class. Which is
y'all have taken tarot classes with her before.
Yeah, she did one last year off the cuff because one of the presenters got snowed out, so she did a tarot class.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and it was really, really good. And I was looking forward to doing a more organized one, but I would much rather,
support our sister. For sure.
So
what's next on your list, Pumpkin?
So as a coven, we read books together.
Yes.
And in our coven study. And right now we're reading Jackie Smith's Akashic record book.
If we were on video, I could pull it out and show it because it's that close.
What's the title?
It's
it might just be Akashic Records.
It is
Akashic Wisdom.
Do it yourself Akashic Wisdom. Access the library to your soul.
And I said that it's Jackie Smith, but it's Jackie Smith and Patty
Shaw, which is her sister.
Right. So We are in the middle of that book, and it's super interesting.
Yes.
And Jackie is doing an Akashic Records class. So I'm super excited to go to that because it'll tie in everything that we're doing in our
and we can ask
study
our
session.
questions.
And we can ask questions because we have questions.
Right.
And Jackie, we have messaged her on Facebook before and gone, hey,
Sure, yeah.
hey. But this is face to face, and we'll be able to hear other people's questions and stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
Super exciting.
Yeah, that'll be cool. The next thing that I'm looking forward to is the fact, so every year on Saturday night at ConVocation, there's a masquerade ball.
Yeah.
And so we've dressed in the past.
And then not dressed.
Right. And most recently, we have not dressed.
Yeah.
So, but and that doesn't mean that you can't go to the ball, but then you're not dressed up.
Right.
So we are actually dressing for the ball.
And I had some ideas for you on your makeup. Michelle had some ideas for you on your makeup.
Oh, okay.
So we'll talk about this after.
We'll discuss.
Yeah,
we'll discuss.
Yeah.
Well,
it's really super exciting too.
Okay. All right. So why don't you at least say what you're wearing?
So, it's a dual theme this year. It is Wrath, which is the sphere in the Tree of Life.
Gabora.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the Roaring 20s is the unofficial theme.
Right, because it's 2020.
Because it's 2020. And it's the 20s, right?
Right.
So in addition to the really cool dresses, there's also the big epidemics that's going to wipe us all out that happens in the 20s. But regardless... So I bought a flapper dress, which I'm super excited about, and I bought fishnet stockings.
Oh my God.
And, yeah, I'm excited. And, one of our coven mates is letting me wear her opera gloves.
Oh,
so
man.
That's exciting. And I made a bracelet last night of pearls and shiny stuff and some hematite too, because girl, we need hematite.
Good idea.
So, I'm going to do that. And then I Googled a way to do my hair for the flapper style. So
yeah, because
I've
you've
got
got
the
to do like the pin girl.
and then I'm going to wrap my hair
You have to have red lipstick.
Somebody's going to have to give me red lipstick.
I'll have red lipstick for you. You know I got you.
So yeah, and I'm going to wear the jewelry that I got married in, which was like a pearl necklace with some glittery stuff, the earrings that match.
A pearl necklace, huh?
A pearl necklace.
Got married
in. A pearl necklace, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so 12 years old.
And I'm kind of bummed because one of our coven sisters was going to let me borrow her shoes, but I have big damn feet.
Oh, do you need shoes?
No, I have shoes. My shoes will work, but she had some silver ones because my dress is black with silver all over it. And then I got a shawl that's silver. And then she's let me borrow her purse that's silver and got all the rhinestone stuff on it.
Oh my
I am so excited.
You're going to be all out.
I'm going to be all out.
And what am I wearing, you ask? I'm recycling a costume.
Which, if I could fit into mine, I'd be wearing it. Yeah. But I can't fit into mine.
I'm taking my Wicked Witch of the West costume that I wore.
Because what's more rathy than that?
Well, yeah, I'm not doing the green makeup.
Although
I think
you could still do some green makeup.
Yeah.
Eyeshadow, lipstick.
For sure, yeah.
That was the idea we were
and I think I do have a green lipstick. Honestly, I still have the remnants of that MAC chrome cake.
Yeah.
But I would not put it on my face at this point because do you know it's been 10 years since I did that show?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
10 years.
I think it did come up in my memories because that same year we made Helen the dress. I made Helen the dress for the Wicked Witch. And then I made one for me. And then I made one for Joy. And Joy's unfortunately got lost in a flood in her basement.
Right.
And mine unfortunately doesn't fit me because I've gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah, because we found this really cool fabric.
Yeah.
And so mine, of course, is green. Yeah, it's an ombre. It goes, it's mostly black, but it goes to that green ombre.
Yeah.
And yours was blue and hers was red.
Yeah.
It was really flipping
so
cool.
nice.
And that was when we were a coven of 3.
Yeah.
So
exciting.
Yeah.
And I really wish mine would fit me because I would absolutely.
And I mean, I've worn mine. Listen, that costume has gotten some wear.
It's got some traction
for
on it,
sure.
yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, dressed in for the ball. That's awesome. Exciting.
Heck yeah.
So I am also super excited because Michelle Belanger is coming back. She was not there last year. She is almost always there. Last year was the exception. I am super excited because she is all kinds of awesome.
She really is. I was actually just talking to a coworker who watches Paranormal State.
Yep.
And I couldn't believe, like, this coworker I did not expect that from her. And so I was like, well, do you remember Michelle Belanger? She was one of the mediums that they used. And she did. And so, we had a little discussion about her. And I was like, I'm excited because she's coming back to ConVocation. She's a writer. She's a singer. She's a medium.
Yep.
She writes fiction and nonfiction.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So, yeah, it'll be good to have her back again.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, well, I missed her last year.
Yeah, I did too. So. I did too. She's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I am looking, so I started looking at classes, and there's a couple of them that I'm really, really intrigued by. Now, whether I actually make it,
I didn't see that one.
I think you had something else picked for that time slot. So there is a class that's called Rising from the Ashes by a teacher named Jack Mercer. And so this class talks about spiritual practice after trauma and loss. And what does it look like? And he's going to be talking about self-care and other related topics. And so having come off last year where I was really hardcore dealing with the trauma of losing my mom, this class literally jumped off the screen at me.
I'll have to relook at what else is in that time.
Yeah, I want to say that you might have had something else that you were looking at. But I mean, here's the cool thing. We take notes and we share stuff on classes.
We do.
So if there does happen to be another class that you make, then, I will take notes for you if I make it to that class. But as of right now, I'm very intrigued by it. So. Yeah. Indeed.
So in the spirit of the darkness that was last year, Ellen Dugan is doing a dark goddess empowerment ritual, which will help us to let go of hurt, wrath, and anger and allow a dark goddess to set us free. So I also had a very difficult last year. In fact, the last 3 months have been very difficult because I too lost my mom the same year that Helen lost hers.
Yeah, it was nearly 6 months to the day.
Yeah. So the last couple of years have been pretty difficult for both of us. And I think we're both looking for ways to come out of that darkness.
Right.
And
just
kind
make
of
sure that we're
ourselves.
Right. Make sure that we're, dealing with our grief properly.
Because it's important to mourn. It really is. But
exactly.
It's also important not to let that run your life from this point.
Right.
I mean, you can't get away from the grieving. It's always going to be there.
Right.
But you can't let it become so big that you don't do anything but grieve.
Exactly.
And it's been very difficult for me, especially from November to now. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you I started crying in the doctor's office yesterday?
No.
Oh, yeah. That was fun. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this will be a way for me to be able to step out.
So the same thing that I was looking at that other class, and maybe we each found our class or whatever. Yeah. But I'm interested in attending. So is that one of the rituals that's at night?
It is likely. We didn't put down what they are, but I'm sure it is at night.
Okay.
We'll have to check. But
yeah, because I do want to go to rituals. I'm taking my ritual garb.
Yeah.
I'm going to rituals.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Okay, so the next class that I'm interested in it's a ritual actually. It's Ritual of the Seven Sisters. And so, Lady Kate Henriette and Baba Teddy are leading this ritual. And it's about teaching, healing, and blessing. So they're accompanied by, I'm reading the description. So they're accompanied by various elders from our community to weave ceremony, song, storytelling, and myth to create a ritual based on the many stories of the seven sisters from all around the world and throughout time. This archetypal tale of persistence, strength, and prophetic power of women is the starting point for a ritual that brings the divination, diversity, and distant past to a transformative and uplifting ritual that brings back the ancient mothers from the stars who are in all of us.
Yeah, it sounds like a good one. There's a lot of good rituals this year.
Yeah, and that makes me excited. So for sure. So I don't think there's much more that I need to say about that. I got nothing more to say about that.
So this year, Diana Paxson is coming to ConVocation, and is this the first time she's been there, or the first time?
She was there a few years ago, but I have never attended one of her classes.
Yeah, I don't remember her being there, so maybe she just wasn't on my radar.
Yeah,
she has some really good rune books out there that are very exciting, and she is doing a class on runes for healing. So, while runes are typically nowadays used for divination, that's not really what they were originally meant for.
Right.
They were meant for magic. And so she's going to discuss which runes might be used for what conditions and what ways to use them.
I'm so excited for
that. That's the class that's when you're teaching.
Are you kidding? I knew that there was one.
I think that's the
one.
I
thought that was the Liberty one.
Oh, maybe it is the Liberty one.
Yeah, because she is teaching the same time.
I might not go to your class.
I know, because I understand.
If I go,
but you'll record it. You'll record
it.
Yeah. So
yeah. So I'm excited to see her, because the last time she was around, she was not on my radar. So I'd really like to be in at least one of her classes.
Yeah, for sure. So I too am super excited for Diana Paxson to be there. I'm surprised because she's teaching 4 classes. And so that's really cool. She's considered one of the guests of honor, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So Diana Paxson's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Side note, one thing that I learned recently that I just love to share, fun fact. Did you know that Diana Paxson is one of the founding folks for the SCA?
Really?
The Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Interesting.
Yes. That was created, I think it was in Berkeley, California. I watched a documentary on it recently, and boom, they didn't even talk about any of the other really founding members by name. It was like her. I was like, well, thank you boys for, sharing this detail with me. So I'm really excited she's going to be there. She is doing a class called Carrying a Torch for Liberty, and that one looks really interesting, and I think it's a little bit about
it's kind of about bringing together people instead of the divisiveness that's
happening in the country right now.
So it's working to banish the hate and fear and there is a word for not liking immigrants.
Magical resistance. That's what I think of when I read that.
Yeah, so it's but that's not the word I was looking for. There's a word about not liking people from other cultures, and I can't think of what the word is.
Ethnocentric?
No.
It's
I don't know what. Regardless, so it's fighting against that type of thing, because I mean, when it gets down to it, we might have different ways that we do things, but we all do the same things.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah. So I'm looking forward. I think that's the one that's the same time as my class.
Yeah, you could.
But she's also doing another class about. I don't really want to try to say this because I don't think I'm going to say it properly, but it's oracular. Seidh. Seidh. Yeah, I know that these are the priests of the Norse tradition of heathenry of Asatru.
So is she doing a divinatory thing the way that Elisheva is doing for the Hebrew?
I don't know. We'll have to. I would like to make that because I think that was classified as a ritual. Yeah, because it says that it's limited to 60 people.
Yeah, which the Elisheva one is, which she didn't make my list, but she's still on my list.
Yeah, I do love her.
Elisheva is awesome.
Yeah. So Diana is also doing the Runes for Healing class that Cathy talked about, but the class that I am so looking forward to is called The 9 Faces of Odin. And so we all know, if you're a viewer here on the channel or on the blog, Odin Father is my patron god. Diana Paxson has also written a book on Odin. And so I'm really excited to see what this class will be about. I'm so geeked about it. So Yay! So
that was it.
That was it.
So I mean, there's a lot more things that we're excited. We're excited for our coven to be together. Almost everyone is going. I came across a guy at work who's pagan. He's going on Saturday with his wife and some other people that
the roomie and Lee are coming down for the day again. For my class. So I'm pretty geeked about that.
Of course, we're geeked about the vendor room and the art room.
For sure.
And there are other classes we're going to be taking.
But we thought we'd give you an idea of what's out there.
Yeah. So if you're in Michigan, near the end of 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. It won't be 2 weeks from now when I post this.
Be. So it's the last weekend in February it's
February 20th through the 23rd.
Yeah.
And it's at the Doubletree Hilton in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have the entire hotel.
It'll be awesome. So I will put a link in the show notes for the ConVocation website. I'll try to put a link to anything else that we talked about that was pertinent.
Right.
So in case you were wondering if you were seeking more information about anything.
Yeah. So. I mean, you could put there's lots. There's so many people we mentioned. You can put links to all their websites.
I know, right?
But, I mean, it's easy enough to just Google Diana Pax and Erlen Dugan. They're out there.
Michelle Belanger.
Right. Even Jackie Smith. They're out there.
Right.
And of course, if you end up at ConVocation, look us up. You can message us on Instagram or Facebook, and if you want to meet up somewhere, we can do coffee, or if you want to come down to the lobby and play Salem 1692, or some of the other games that we have to play. I mean, just get a hold of us.
Yeah, we'll be around.
We're not that hard to
for
find.
Sure. Yeah, we're not hiding under any rocks.
And if you watch the channel, you know what we look like. So
this is so true.
Right?
Right. So yeah, if you're going to ConVocation, then let us know. If you go to another event like ConVocation, like PantheaCon, which unfortunately is the last. This is the last year for PantheaCon. I would like to put the intention out there that someone picks up the mantle.
Yeah.
And takes over that and revives it and gets it going
because
again.
That's quite a large number.
It's a big
pagans that are
it's even bigger than ConVocation.
Oh, it's much bigger than ConVocation.
So
ConVocation's huge, but this is like way bigger.
Right.
So it'd be nice if somebody could pick up that mantle and keep that going.
Right, for sure. But let us know if you go to something like that. Temple Fest is another big event and things like that.
The one that Selena Fox does. I can't remember.
PSG.
Yeah, Pagan Spirit Gathering.
Thank you. Yes.
There's the Michigan.
Michigan Pagan Fest is in the summertime.
So, and there's one in New Orleans that a lot of people go to.
Hex Fest.
I'm sure there's a lot of them out there that we don't know because we,
don't live in that area.
We don't live in that area, and we don't have lots of money. Although someday we'll win the lottery, and
we'll go to all of them.
We'll go to all of them.
We'll
take
a tour.
A year, and we'll
take
all
a tour.
Of them. Right. So.
All right. So, and we're gonna try to do some footage this year.
Yeah, we didn't last year. I think
we were just kind of wiped out. I know I was wiped out from I was stressed about my class and different things like that. So
hopefully we can do some footage this year, and maybe we can talk Helen into doing some Facebook Live because I think that would be cool. And although I have access to the group, I could do my own damn
to the page. Yeah, you
do my own damn self.
So if you want us to do some Facebook Lives,
let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not like we could do a Facebook Live during a ritual.
No,
or during a class.
We could not. But we could do it in between classes.
We could go into the vendor room. We could, try to get some people to say hi or something.
Vendor room is kind of iffy because they have a thing about how you have to get permission to video anybody else.
Right. Yeah, that's
just because not everybody's out of the broom closet.
Not everybody's out of the broom closet. So, we can try to do something. If you're interested in that, let us know. We'll we'll certainly give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know.
So, alrighty. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast or learned something from it, what should they do?
They should like and subscribe.
That's right.
And if you have some topics that you want us to talk about, feel free to share.
Absolutely.
We already said if you've done other festivals, let us know about it.
There's lots of links in the show notes to check out, which would be our Instagrams and the Facebook page, things like that. So check those out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Well, thank you so much for listening, and thanks for walking the path for a little while with us. Until next time, blessed be.